January 2nd, 2021. I got to tell you, it still feels pretty good to say 2021. Uh, Had to get that 2020 behind us. Well, as you will see, uh, my puppy is on my shoulder. He's whining a little bit this morning. I've been up for quite a while still, so we'll see if we can keep him quiet. Uh, but as we get into the daily financial news, a couple of things. First, I want to thank you all so much. We got to 402 five-star reviews as of yesterday. Just amazing. I think we were 40 short just a week ago, and because of you, we were able to accomplish that goal. So thank you very much. Also, it is Saturday, and yes, in about 29 minutes, I will go live and do 60 minutes of Q&A. If you want to talk investing, real estate, 2021, where the market is going, tune in for that. I do have a list of questions. I'll go for about 10 or 15 minutes with questions that came in during the week. But hopefully, most of the time, it is interactions with you because I really want to go deep. Sometimes when I get questions in comments, I don't feel like I answer it because I have to make so many assumptions. But when we are doing it live, you can always add details, answer my questions, and I really can go deeper. That's why I enjoy these Saturday conversations. So when I looked at the financial news this morning and I've done my kind of 90 minutes of reading, it was a whole lot of people looking back, people talking about the runoff in Georgia. And frankly, you and I have talked about that already. So what I wanted to do was summarize a video I saw from Stephan this morning and then give you my 7 keys. I'm going to give you 7 keys to go from broke to wealthy. We talk about them a lot on this channel, but I'm going to give you my 7 keys. But first, let's go through what Stephan called his 6 millionaire habits. I believe he posted that video late yesterday. It was a pretty good watch. He does this. He does these YouTube videos outstanding, and his smash the like button and all these creative things. I hope to meet him someday. He's a really nice guy, I think. So first, number 1 is track your spending. I couldn't agree more. You need to know what's going out so you can understand, what you have or what you could have. That's a big part of the next course I am building where we generate a financial health score. If you remember, really it's net income minus expenses equals freedom dollars. And the more freedom dollars you have, the higher your score. To be clear, it's the more freedom dollars you have compared to net income, the higher your score is. Number 2, this is a big one, and I've been saying it for 2 years on YouTube, and that is understand wants versus needs. That's a big one, right? As you are building your foundation of becoming a millionaire, you need to sacrifice. You need to take care of the needs, but delay wants, delayed gratification. He does a great job, Graham does, in kind of highlighting that. Next up, make your money invisible. I thought that was interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way. Basically, when the money comes into your accounts, put it to work, hide it in a high interest money market account or something. He talked about his experience of deploying all of his savings at the end of the year, so he operated with just a couple of $1,000s in his account, which I thought was very interesting. I'd never looked at it that way. Number 4, don't invest in things you don't know. This is something Warren Buffett has preached for decades. And when you look at his stock portfolio or the businesses he buys, it has historically not been tech until IBM, which didn't work out, and now Apple, which is the largest portion of his portfolio or largest stock in his portfolio. But again, don't invest in things you don't know. Number 5 was don't time the market. This goes for stocks, goes for real estate. I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me in the last 2 years. We've been doing this channel going, I can't wait for the next crash, the next crash, the next crash. And oh, by the way, some markets are up 25, 30% since then. And oh, by the way, payments are down because interest rates are down. So it's really hard to time the market. I've given you something in this book that helped us time the market a couple of times. Because with real estate, there are variables. And for me, it's the affordability index that at least tells me when Single family is getting too expensive. And then what I do is I watch cap rates in my market for multifamily. So real estate does have signs, but it's not signs to go flat or go liquid. It's time to move capital around. And then finally, he talks about understanding the tax code. Basically, if you understand the tax code and your write-offs and things of that nature, it's not taught in school and those things. So again, those are Graham's 6. Let me give you my 7 things to go from broke to wealthy. And these are my story, right? These are things that we did. And hopefully they mean something to you. First and foremost, you need to understand that income doesn't really matter. I was broke when we made 20 grand. I was broke when I made 40. I was broke when I made 100. Right? Income is not the problem most of the time. It is inflating your lifestyle, taking more debt, do this whole wants versus needs. And again, buying a $40,000 car when you make 40,000 a year because you deserve it. Not a great idea. So again, income doesn't matter, right? The higher the income, I know people that make 500 grand a year that are broke, right? They couldn't survive 2 months of job loss. They would start losing assets. Not good. Number 2, you need to track your spending. This is actually number 1 for Graham. It's number 2 for me because it's, again, number 1 for me is too many people are chasing a higher income. It's not income, folks. Really, it's about spending, right? If you keep more net, what I call freedom dollars, the better off you will be. You need to track wants versus needs. And I think you need to share that with others. You may call it a need, like, hey, I need the latest iPhone. Well, really? Do you need the latest iPhone? Wasn't the last one still working? Right? So the ability to take your tracking spreadsheet, share it with a significant other, and have a conversation, I think it will be eye-opening because a lot of needs are just cleverly disguised wants. Just honest reflection. Number 3, this is a big one for me, kind of what Gary Vaynerchuk talks a lot about, was certainly my story, is I am not going to sit here and tell you to quit your job, go become an entrepreneur, go do this, go do that. That is so risky. What I'm here to tell you is you need to bust your butt from 8 to 6. Your day job is important. Bust your ass. Earn raises. If you're commissioned, sell your ass off. Go get that money. Become the most valuable employee you can from 8 to 6 because you need that job to be there. You need that job to qualify for loans, to get the best rates, to be there just in case something bad happens. Bust your ass 8 to 6 and then build a side hustle. I didn't know I was doing that when we were building our portfolio for 15 years, but that is what I was doing. By building the side hustle of rental properties, one at a time, one rental at a time, we were building something that would last for decades after we left the 8 to 6 day job, and you can too. But number 4, lots of people don't want to acknowledge. It has taken me daily action on my side hustle. I tell my students all the time, 10 to 20 minutes a day, 10 to 20 minutes a day, every day. The real estate market is very opaque until you focus, until you do the work, until you track it, until you keep looking and go, oh, that's different. That's a bad deal. That's a good deal. If you don't do the work, you are at best relying on others. And in the real estate business, others make money when you do something. Should you trust a real estate agent when they make 3% on the deal? Should you trust a property manager when they make 10 points a month on rent? They may have ulterior motives. They may be genuine, but until you do the work, you just don't know. And I feel for, in this environment, a lot of limited partners who are going to lose their capital because of these multifamily value add deals that are going bust already and will continue to go bust over the next several years. Do the work, build confidence in yourself. If you need help, I'm here. If you really want some help, join my students and get added to the Facebook group. Number 5, this took me 10 years. I wish I could tell you it took me 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 years. Now, part of that's because we had high incomes we had to replace, but part of it's because I wasn't celebrating the wins. I just kept my head down. I know that most of you can get this done in 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years either scares people or they get excited. I don't know. It took me 10 years, right? 10 years is when Olivia retired. 15 years is when I left. You know, you could hear that and go, oh my God, that's too long. But as I see it, we bought 20 years of freedom. Leaving a W-2 at 45 kind of feels good. You know, I don't know what to tell you. It takes time. Number 6, momentum. Momentum is to be appreciated and never disrupted. As I just told you in number 5, it took us 10 years. At year 8, for example, we were doing okay. If we were, doing all right, we could have upgraded our house. We could have sold our condo, moved into a single family home, but that would have disrupted our momentum. We would have probably had to sell a rental or two to raise the extra down payment. We would have increased our monthly nut. Did we need it? No. Did we want it? Sure. But we wanted freedom and flexibility more. Don't disrupt momentum. Many of you are getting started now, and it is going to feel great. 2, 3, 4 years from now, just realize momentum is starting. The little drip is a stream. Don't interrupt the stream. Let it build. Let it grow. And number 7, financial freedom can be earned, but it's not the flashy stuff you see on Instagram. Financial freedom is the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want. If your desire is to have a portfolio of fancy sports cars and private planes and fancy vacations, you are going to have to keep an income. You are going to have to keep working. It's only when you have financial freedom and you don't inflate your lifestyle that freedom can be appreciated and you truly can give back without any expectations. That's why I'm here. I give you seemingly an hour every day of every week of every month because I'm trying to help you see what is possible. I want you to see the importance of work. I want to talk about needs and wants. I want to raise the conversation of money, investing, and understand what is possible. So in the end, that's what I have for you today, January 2nd financial news. When I really look at the market, there really wasn't a lot of news. I will tell you I'm going to watch gold and silver because these are commodities that often are run to when people are afraid. They just don't seem to be acting right. And I don't know if that's because people are ditching these physical assets for the digital currency of crypto. I don't know. I don't know if people are dumping these already to move into riskier assets. I don't know. That's something I will be watching for the next 6 months. And the other thing, of course, has been a stalwart for this channel is the consumer. We are going to start to see consumer behavior change, in my opinion. They're going to go from 2020 of retreat, conserve, and being afraid to 2021 being hopeful, being happy, and wanting to do the work. So that's what I see coming. I'm ecstatic that we're in 2021. I've been talking about the dark days of 2020 for 9 months now. We are coming out of it. I am so excited and I look forward to what is coming. I will see you in 15 minutes for the live Q&A. I will do that from my computer right over there. So the video quality might be a little bit less, but it allows me to interact with you better. Have a wonderful day. Happy Saturday. Take care.